of, your road and how you got to where you are today. Ellie, why don't we start with you?
Sure. So I was from Youngstown, born and raised, Youngstown region. And went away to college. My first job out of school was in the nonprofit world. I worked for Meridian Healthcare. Loved it. Never thought I would leave. I always really had a passion for our community, and it really gave me an outlet. So I was there 10 years. Never thought I would leave there. I had great mentors. And then somebody from Nationwide Insurance approached me. They were recruiting agents, and never in a million years did I think that I would do insurance. And I sat down with them in a matter of a few minutes. I got that own my own business bug. I, was working so hard, and I realized I could be doing this for myself. And so that was going on 11 years ago. So I left my job, got my insurance license, bought an agency, and so here I am.
And you guys are doing a lot of construction and things I see going on right now.
I started with myself and 1 employee. There's 12 of us today. I'm hiring, so please, if anybody's interested. We had 5 locations before COVID. My goal has always been to consolidate. And so we purchased a building in Howland that we're renovating right now.
Awesome.
Hopefully we'll be in May.
And we're representing the logo down here. Very good.
I wouldn't have traded for the world. It's a big, leap of faith, but I'm happy I'm here.
That's great. That's great. Lisa, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, when I was 2 years old, no, I'm just kidding.
In the beginning. I think I did good.
You did really good.
That was concise. I like it.
So for me, like my career path, I went to school thinking that I would have a world in politics. And I did have a quick stint in politics. I worked on a campaign here locally. And then from there, I went to DC, where I was working at a digital or mail firm, which there you go, is your digital and your marketing piece that probably stuck with me. And then after that, I went into commercial real estate. Absolutely loved it. Was able to morph what I knew in the political world with what needed to be done on the commercial for residential and commercial development. And then I decided to come back home because we all know it's a great place to raise your family. And from there, I just started working in, I apologize, it never stops. And there you go, Patrick Bergen. But he's probably like, I see you. But from there, came back home, started off in residential real estate here, and then went back to my roots of commercial real estate. And actually really what I love what I do is helping everyone reach their goals and helping them get to the objectives that they're trying to achieve. Yeah. And with that, with Homes and Hops and everything that I was doing, I bridged the gap with Dandelion Inc.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I definitely want to know more about that pretty soon. So we'll talk more about that. Aspasia, so let's talk about you and, how you guys got to this point, because if anyone's in downtown Youngstown, they see the Penguin City building now.
Honestly, I've been coming downtown since I was 16 years old and just kind of fell in love with everything about downtown. So I've kind of, focused myself, my jobs, everything around this, everything, and watched it, create, become what it is. So, I've worked in the bar business, started a little movie theater, just kind of finding my way. And then when Richie and I got, married, and we were kind of thinking of, creating this idea, it just kind of made sense for both of us because he loves beer and I love promoting our Youngstown and, wanting to help be a part of the revitalization. So I felt like this was a way that I could, enjoy it. But then at the same time, I just fell in love with the whole beer industry. So it just kind of worked out, and that's, where we are. And the more, I just want to keep growing it. And it's now I feel like I'm just on this train that's just not going to stop.
That's awesome.
You love that train analogy.
Yeah. I do.
Well, and we just had Derek McDowell on the show, and he could not say enough about you too. And
I love
just
Derek.
How the whole, this side of town is completely changing over since you guys have bought that building and, you know, put so much into it. And Hannah, you're also in the Penguin City building. So tell us about your business and how you got to this point.
Okay. Well, in the beginning, but no, I am a Youngstown kid through and through. Grew up on the south side of Youngstown. Graduated from Cheney. Kind of did like all the steps that we were told to do from, you know, the baby boomers, go to college, do this, and get a job. So I actually went to college, got my bachelor's degree. Then few years later, got my master's degree in business. So worked in higher education. I worked for Youngstown City Schools. I also, for 2.5 years, I was an assistant brewer with Modern Methods. So, but with my history in with cider and wine, I've been a home winemaker for 10 years now. So kind of just started as a hobby, grew from like 10 gallons in my mom's office in her apartment to like up to like 70 gallons at one time in my basement.
Wow.
But for the past 5 years, I knew I wanted to pursue this professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So basically for 5 years, I have been kind of looking for a space. Either it was like too run down, cost too much to fix up, or it was too expensive to move right in.
Sure.
It's being a startup. So, and it was just crazy, kind of like when I was ready to give up, like they bought their building and just word of mouth from, I believe, Derek McDowell and Jacob, they were like, hey, Aspasia, you guys need to talk to Hannah. And she just didn't understand and didn't know why, because we've been in the beer industry together. We knew each other. She knew I was a brewer. And then when they told her, she didn't know. Cause like, it was like, some people knew, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
And then she just invited me out to their open house and was just like, hey, do you see yourself in this spot? And here we are. Like,
that's great.
Yeah. A year later, here we are. So
and
that's
we're
kind of
friends.
Yes. and that's how this actually became a reality. So.
No doubt. That's exciting. It's cool how everyone's career path could be completely different, but you know, you get to where you are and you have a cool story to have behind it. So that's awesome. All right. I asked the 5 ladies on Thursday to give me one word to describe themselves. Oh. Now, I'm kind of prefacing this with, now, some of you are, you know, more laid back. Some of you are more go-getters. Some of you, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can describe yourself, or other people may have written about you or, you know, told stories about you. What is one word you can describe yourself with? Whoever wants to take it. Marissa last week was like, I'm not touching this one. She went last, and then she had like 3 words. So does anyone want to go first?
I'd say, go ahead, you go.
No, go ahead, Ellie.
No, you spoke up first.
I would say that's so hard, but the word that came to mind was brave.
Mm-hmm.
I think that in order to do the things I've done, I've had to really be brave and put myself out there.
Okay.
That's good, because you do. To be able to do what we do, you have to be brave.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's resilient.
That's good.
I would say, Richie will probably say, oh, yes, positive.
Yeah, yes.
I'm telling you, the world could be ready. Like the world could be over tomorrow, and I will somehow find something positive about that. And Richie's always like, I can't believe, how could you think that today was the worst day in the world? And I'll always be like, yeah, but this happened, or look at everything. I'm always thinking in that positive way. Like, I can't think negative.
That's
so
awesome.
I would say
that's beautiful.
Yeah. I might be like Marissa. I might have like quite a few words. But,
you can have as many as you want.
But no, I honestly would describe myself as like chill. A lot of people are even like, aren't you so excited about the open? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, you don't seem excited. I was like, I am. It's in there. But like lately, like pretty much like no pun intended. A lot of people just say dope. Like it's like almost like it kind of like puts everything together, and not not just using the word because that's my brand, but that's what a lot of people have kind of described me. And then some people this past weekend have actually just called me dope. So I was just like that's my name. So I was like, okay, I'll just go with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And I think every word you guys used, yours, you can't get too high or too low sometimes in business. You got to be positive when you don't want to be all the time. You have to be tough. There's going to be tough times, and brave. I mean, you cannot start a business if you're not brave. So all those words are perfect to describe all four of you, and probably each of you has all of those traits. So let me ask this now, and let's go the other way. This time. Hannah, let me preface it this way. Give yourself maybe 5 years ago, when you're breaking into this business, some advice of where you are now versus and what you kind of know. So or someone maybe breaking into your business, what kind of advice would you give them?
I would pretty much say, don't give up, because it's definitely is not easy. And like myself, when I wanted to give up, you felt like every door was closed, one actually opened. I think I probably messed up the quote that I saw, but it was like, if the door's not opening for you, that's just not your door. So there were a lot of doors that were closed, and it just wasn't it. And then again, it came at the right time. So, but definitely, like Lisa's term, like, be resilient, just keep going.
Love it. How about you, Aspasia?
This is a tough
Be positive about it.
I would say, if you're thinking of just whatever you're doing, say it's starting your business, whatever amount you think, double it.
Oh my gosh. So true.
Because
money, time, all of it.
Oh yeah.
Because
especially now.
In my head, a lot of things I thought just in the business, like how much it would be to purchase ingredients or how much it would be to do this. In my head, I thought it was way lower. Like, it can't be more than that. And then it's double that number. So I would say that, and that's a huge thing to think about, because, if I would have known that, then, there were some things I would have maybe planned differently.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. Lisa, how about you?
So this is a lesson that I'm still trying to work on myself, but I would say focus. I think that in life, there are so many different distractions, either internal distractions and external distractions, that we just need to keep I'm so bad at sayings. Is it eye on the pie? Is that it? Eye on the
ball?
Not my strong suit. but just
really good.
Just keep focused, and don't let that outside or internal noise stop you from what you're trying to achieve.
That's great.
That's good.
Especially in the era of social media, when you're going to hear criticism, you're going to hear a lot of
100%.
negative, tone out there. That's great. And it goes back to your, Aspasia's be positive too. It really does. Ellie, what about you?
Lisa, I almost thought she was going to say the same thing, but it was similar. I think you have to know your strengths and focus on your strengths. I think in the beginning, when I started business, I thought I wanted to be all things to everybody, and as entrepreneurs, we see somebody's doing this over there, and I think, I could do that, or I could do it, or they're using a new technology, I can implement this. And I think you really have to know what you do well, and build on that. And then what you don't, that's where you bring a team around you. And I think that would be the other side of that, is just find a team. As one person, when I started my business, I'm the IT person, I'm the phone, I'm the sales, I'm everything. And I think really building a team around you and finding other people outside of your business and bringing them alongside of you, whether it's a CPA or an IT person, a marketing person.
Sure. Okay. Very good. All right, this could be an easy question or a hard question, depending on how you look at it. When you guys wake up in the morning, what is your motivation? What motivates you to,
get out of bed,
and, take on the day?
I know.
I think I'm motivated. I think the easy thing is just being a mom. And I mean, that's my why, but just, I think I'm motivated to make something awesome, like whatever that might be. And so I think that always drives me.
So for me, I mean, like what you said, yes, like I'm a mom, so there's that aspect. But in all honesty, I love life.
Mhm.
Like, no matter how bad things get,
Mm-hmm.
like whether I'm in a corner crying because it was a tough day or whatever it may be, I still love life. I love people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so blessed every day to wake up.
Mhm.
So I want to take all that opportunity that God has given us and get out there and do something good.
Sure. Hannah or Aspasia?
For me, it's just I am a dog mom, so I have to get up to
Yes.
take her out in the morning. But
Not cleaning up a mess. That's my
not cleaning up any mess.
motivation.
But pretty much since probably this past year, or the past 2 years building up into now that it's actually knowing like the doors are open, it's like I've come to realize that this path that I'm on, this what I'm doing is bigger than me.
Mhm.
And so it's nerve wracking because like knowing certain things, like I'm the first to do this, and it's like, I have to get up because again, it's bigger than me. Someone's watching. Someone's like, hey, probably waiting to reach
Mhm.
out to me somehow and say, hey, how can I do this? So it's definitely that's a motivation. Like, just knowing like it's just bigger than me, and if this is the path that I'm on and doing this, I just, keep going and just rock it out.
That's great.
Ride the train.
Yeah, ride that train, that B&O.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it feels like, because I mean, sometimes you don't want to get out of bed.
Right.
But I would say, like, on those days, it's the first thing I do. I mean, I look at my social media every morning. Like, that's the first thing I do and
Mhm.
get, like, ideas of kind of what I want to talk about or, what I'm going to post. And if I'm seeing, like, one of my ladies on social media up at 6 a.m. working out or doing this, or Lisa's like, yeah, I just was on my run at 5 a.m. That kind of
6 a.m. It's never 5.
that is like, get your ass out of bed.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kind of like when I'm seeing other women out there getting up and doing it
Sure.
Mhm.
when, or they're having a bad day or whatever. It's always just like, okay, get up. They're
Mhm.
doing this or they're turning that front. Like, I love seeing when people are just turning their life around. I'm totally inspired by Morgan from
I
One Hot
know.
Cookie.
Oh, I
And
know. The
and-
Spartan race,
yeah,
right?
and I'm seeing her like busting ass, like doing this thing,
Mhm.
and I'm like, get on your treadmill this morning.
Yeah.
Like, so I like that, other women, especially locally, are like motivating me
Sure.
to keep moving.
She goes every day.
Mhm.
She's blowing my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's great. Okay. All right. Very good. So you guys are busy as hell. all four of you. How do you plan
We don't.
for how do you take care of yourself? How do you plan for rest? How do you just take care of yourself while either running a business or, helping other people run their business or get things done?
I think, and I can speak for myself, that one of the things as women we have a tendency to do is put ourselves on the back burner.
Mhm.
And we will do everything for everyone else, sometimes at the expense of our own
Mhm.
selves.
Mhm.
It's in our nature. So I think, like I said, with myself, even with the focusing, I am well aware of my strengths and my weaknesses and where I need to make sure that I hone in. And one of those things is self-care.
Mhm.
And not waiting till I'm at the brink where I'm closing the closet and crying in there so nobody else can see me, but like making sure that it is constant. My running is one of those things, but would you guys agree with that? Like,
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. And I think just having boundaries, I mean, that's the big thing. It's interesting. Like before COVID, I think that I was doing really well with this, saying no. And it's now like everybody's back and we want to socialize. And I'm finding I'm now at this place where I need to start saying no again. And I can feel it. You know, you feel spread thin and overcommitted. But I know for like, I have times that are sacred. I have, you know, I pick my son up from school almost every day, which is an amazing, beautiful thing about owning your own business. And I have times that are sacred, you know, and then I have my routines. My mornings are important. And then just being okay, having that boundary and not answering a text or a phone call, and which is hard, you know, hard to do. I do it well, but
especially when she doesn't answer a text and all of a sudden they call.
I think that is good advice though. Like being able to say no, like that's something I struggle with, because you always want to please people, and you know, but it's difficult. And like you said, it spreads you thin, and sometimes in your own best interest, you have to learn that skill. So that's great.
I mean, when we started, I mean, Richie knows, for the first year, we said yes to every single thing that was asked. Every sponsorship, every event. And you're just like, in your head, you're like, but I'm starting. I have to. Like, I have to. I can't say no.
Right.
So I think, for the first year, we were constantly, I mean, I don't even think I didn't see anybody. I didn't see my family, no one. And then I hit a little medical issue that pretty much that my body was just like, you got to stop. Like, you have to. Like, eventually your body tells you, you have to stop.
Sure.
And then I fought it a little bit because I was like, no, I'm not going to listen to you, and keep doing it. And then finally I had to really stop and say, okay, I can't do everything. I have to say no. And it's hard. It's hard when someone asks you, especially locally, a local business, a business that's your friend or whatever, and they're asking. That's probably the hardest part, is saying no to stuff like that.
And as our businesses grow, and I know you know this, Aspasia, we get lots of requests.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It is hard. And I think being clear about what are your goals, what serves my business, what serves me personally, and sticking with that. And that's hard. It's hard. Especially when you like people.
I know. And your business, you want to please everybody. You don't want anybody to be like, oh, they don't like us. They don't support us. They don't like dogs. They don't, give a dog basket.
Right.
And it's not that. I mean, it's like golf outings.
Yeah.
We probably get asked, like 200 like golf outings. And when that one golf outing asks, I know that to them that's special. But I have 200 that just asked for gift baskets and money.
Yeah.
It's so hard trying to pick, well, which ones do we do?
Sure.
It could be like, I will go home like with anxiety, like, oh my God, like, I hope those people are mad at me. I hope they, keep drinking my beer, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't able to do it. So those are definitely things I think a lot of businesses have that issue.
I had this incident earlier. You guys will relate. Somebody stopped. I was on a deadline. I was really busy. Somebody stopped into my office, and they can't. I'm in a different area, and they messaged me and said somebody's there, and I said I can't. I'm on a deadline. I can't come out. So then the person leaves, and they come up. They brought me a Mocha House cheesecake for National Women's Day. I felt horrible, like the worst human. And so then when I got in my car and I had a chance, I didn't know this person, but I knew the organization. I had her cell, and I right away, I'm like, I'm calling this girl. So, but you can't, and that's hard.
Hannah will know.
I mean, I know now. And people have asked me for baskets and stuff like that. I'm like, I have a little bit of merch. I was like, but this is like part of me getting money too.
Right.
And again, like, you don't want to say no because it's like, it's for a good cause. It's like, I've been in a nonprofit, but then I'm like, then some people tag me on certain things on Facebook, and I can't even reply because I'm just like, you guys, my doors aren't even open. I was like, I'm over here like scrambling. I was like,
let me get the business.
Yeah, I was like, let me get a revenue stream coming in first. So it's just like, so this is like, I'm just like, I'm like that Homer Simpson meme where it's like, I'm backing up in the bushes because I was like, I don't want to say no, but then I'm just like, I really don't have it right now.
Sure.
But I do what I can. If I'm like, okay, here's a sweatshirt, here's a t-shirt, yeah, I was like, I can do that, but you know, like them, I want to do more. Like I want to do like a beautiful basket that they put together. I'm like, I got like 2 little things I can put in there. So, but yeah, so it's like, so I'm learning and seeing, and again, just being a part of the community and certain sectors that I've worked in. I was like, I already know it's coming. So.
Yeah, and I think too, for those people that really respect the business, they know the worst thing someone can say is no. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you can ask. It's nothing personal. It's just, it is what it is. So, and to go back to your point, you can't spread yourself too thin either. So, very good. So you guys have all, you know, kind of similar paths, but very different paths at the same time. You need people to help you along the way. So who are some people, you know, and I'm sure you don't want to leave anybody off, but you can, you know, shout out a few people that maybe have helped you along your way. So whoever wants to take that one.
Everyone's sitting here. I think that's like the most amazing thing about Youngstown is how so many of us intersect in business and our personal lives. I mean, I could go down the line and say something about each very in-depth and meaningful things about everybody here and how we've helped each other, how they've helped me in my business. And then just last week, that's why, I mean, every woman that you had on there, it's just amazing how much people are willing to give of themselves and share and are so generous. And, but Alexa Sweeney last week is one of my dear friends and someone I really admire. So she's won Bergen from One Hot Cookie. It's always, you know, just always willing to share and help. And we're always sending books to each other and articles and different things every day. So I have a good, so fortunate of a good group, not just of women, but, you know, of men too, of other business owners. That that's one beautiful thing about this area. I know you guys would agree.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a crowdsourcer. So I love like that. I've also learned who my group is to crowdsource with. And I will have to say, like Ellie said, the 3 of you are, I mean, we are bonded and connected for probably the rest of our lives. And the other women that were on the panel last week. And then I think of like Kelly Catullo, your sister, Shelly, your mom. Like, I mean, we have so many strong, Suzanne Barbati, like we have so many strong women in our area. And part of my thing and my advice is also make sure you surround yourself with good people. And I love my women. I love our group, and I think that we build each other, and we're not the people to say to each other like why you shouldn't do something. If they think that there's something amiss with whatever you said, it's hey, did you think about doing it this way? Because that's the one thing I can't stand people who poo-poo crap and like give you no advice on how to like. It's like if you don't have anything to offer, don't say anything at all. But like
we still challenge each other.
We definitely do.
but it's good in a good way. It makes you better.
You have to. And like my husband, like it's not just women. I have great men in my life too. So Justin, like Joe, like so you just got to make sure that you're surround yourself with positive, influential people
that will make you better. Yeah.
Exactly. Your circle defines who you are or who you want to be.
Yeah. So. That healthy competition is good.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to have
not the keyboard warriors of social media that you've never met, you know, and who, like you said, there's going to be so many people out there that criticize and no, this is the way I would do it. Well, yeah, you're not doing it though. So, you know, but I think that's good. You guys can feed off of each other. How about you two?
I mean, I'm drawn to motivators. I've always been. I feel like that's where I kind of gravitate to. I mean, I remember when I first met Ellie,
I know.
I was like just so like, oh my God, I was so just inspired by her journey, and you know, I get drawn to it and then it motivates me. I was very drawn to Bergen from One Hot Cookie. I mean, her and her daughter, just what they did.
I've heard so much about that. I've never
Well,
met her.
Oh,
she's
we have her
awesome.
on here.
I just-
Morgan and Bergen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just her story.
Mhm.
And she was one of the first businesses
First
downtown
one of the
when
first
everything
businesses
was
downtown.
Yes.
kind
Uh-huh.
of, you know,
Yeah.
shaking up and
It was
It's
still
a great
uncertain.
story.
Yeah. More beer? Is that what we're looking
Yeah.
for?
Can I- Rich, we're having Richie.
This beer
refill
is
it.
delicious.
And by the way, real
Yeah.
quick, Aspasia, hold up the water too.
I have to
Do you drink the whole thing?
You gotta hydrate.
She got a new one. That's actually a new one.
If you
I
own
feel
a
like each
brewery,
time
you
it just
must
gets
drink that much
bigger.
water. So.
Yeah.
This past year, or since this whole project started, I mean, it's all women. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Richie, today's Women's Day,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
you know, Lisa kickstarted this whole thing. I mean, I don't know. I told her that a couple weeks ago. East End happened pretty much because of Lisa. I mean, I saw the Republic building, but I thought it was just something that could never happen. I mean, I
Yeah.
always saw that empty warehouse and just kind of like, oh, that'd be cool. And she talked to me about it. It was like fairy godmother, like, boom. And as soon as I saw it, it just set off this like.
Mhm. That's
it
what's
just
cool.
had to
Like
happen.
we all have businesses, but I think we're inspired by Youngstown. There is a magical
Yes.
thing here where, like Lisa,
Like-
you just wanted to see it happen. Like
I
Yeah.
do.
Lee and Penguin City and like Dope. Even in things Lisa does with my business, I think she's so motivated by just making something awesome,
Mhm.
and that's what drives it. And beautiful things happen when that
Yeah,
happens.
because like
yeah.
from Lisa,
Mhm.
then I talked to my cousin Anissa, who's an architect, and then
Who also kicks ass.
and
Yeah.
Who's been project managing on my building.
she's taking on that, which I have no idea how she's doing it. And then when I saw this empty space, I thought of Hannah. And then when we got together, I heard her story and was like, this girl's got to fly. Like I knew it. Like I knew it deep down inside that if the world sees her and lets her
Mhm.
shine, she's going to take off.
That's awesome.
And she had to. Like, so it was like all of this just sparked from just a conversation
Yes.
at Prima.
Yep.
And it's
Mhm.
unreal just what
At the
women could do.
At the Women's United.
Yeah,
event. So
So it kind of blows my mind when I
Yes,
think of that. Like just one conversation, just all of us just kind of, and Ellie's always worked with me
Yeah.
with our brewery and insurance and stuff. So of course,
Yeah.
she had to come in and help with that
Yeah. Yes.
monster.
Yeah. But you
Okay.
do meet people, and it is like Aspasia and I met at Susie's, like I think at the bar, like, and you just connect, and
Mhm.
and I know it happens other communities, but I think it's something special about Youngstown that we have here.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
Hannah, how about
Okay,
you?
I guess me, it's like, again, it's just, like I've become closer to all of them this past year. But again, just seeing each other in passing at different things. But again, like for me, like my friends are my family. So other than like, my intermediate family, like my mom, my brother, my cousins, things like that. I would have to shout out Keelan and Lynn Bilal. They're owners of Excalibur Barber inside of Southern Park Mall. His story is amazing. He's like one of the first Black-owned businesses inside the Southern Park Mall.
Okay.
And I believe he's on like year 7 or 8 now.
Nice.
Then I have like my friends Jennifer and Jason Roller. Like they have an amazing story too.
She's awesome.
Mhm.
Jennifer is a powerhouse. Then I have like my friends here, like Julius Oliver, first ward councilman, but
Mhm.
we've also been friends since Sheridan Elementary School on the south side of Youngstown. So I call him my best friend-in-law. He's married to my best friend. And like, so it's those people have motivated me. I think like Derek McDowell, Jacob
Mhm.
Harver. I can go on. Tari Avery with Dough House Cookies. It would be like times like we went through the WE program down at the YBI together, and her and I became close there. And it's just like sometimes like I would just go when she had her shop inside the Canfield Library. I would drive all the way from the north side to the Canfield Library, and just to kind of just be in her presence. She would be working there.
Mhm.
I'd sit in the lobby and I had to pull my laptop out and it was just like that different vibe that you get that energy, but it's like everybody together. Like you get your sources for like your energy source from different people, and like they pull something different out of me. You know, my other friends, they pull something different out of me. But everything again, it goes back to what Aspasia says. It's positivity, is the bravery, the things that you're going out there. So it motivates you, and again, it's bigger than me, and it's like, you know, we're all doing this for the love of Youngstown, and I think people actually are starting to see that, and they're getting on that train, and, they're getting on that train, and they are, you know, and they are like full steam ahead. Is that another train reference?
That's
It is.
And so it's that, and it's just like, and I feel like I'm getting emotional. I don't know if I'm getting hot from the beer or something like that, but no, but so it's all of that combined. It's like, it's very like overwhelming, but it's like you just channel that to like just energy and power, and I love it. So
awesome.
I do want to do a shout out to YBI. Those women there. Maybe the beer's affecting me. Barb Ewing, Tanisha Wheeler, Stephanie Gilchrist. Like, those women are phenomenal. And
Stephanie is another powerhouse there. Her husband, Ryan's Chair, one of the first barbershops, probably big ones that kind of helped a lot of other Black barbers in the area. They started there, but Stephanie Gilchrist, like, shit, I was under her when I was at YBI with the WEAT program, and she's a powerhouse. So.
She and all those women will challenge you and make you better.
Definitely.
Very nice. Yeah, so many influential people in our area, and a lot of people think of Youngstown as a small town, but there's so much room for growth, but so much opportunity for growth as well.
There's a ton.
Let me ask you guys all this. This is you can leave this as open-ended as you want. If you were not doing what you're doing right now, what else would you be doing?
There's sometimes I wish I worked at a library.
I think business in any way, you know, that's what drives me, and I'm passionate about it. So I feel like any type of business, building a team.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind being a travel blogger.
Oh,
traveling.
That would be fun.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I thought about like real estate, and I think I talked to Lisa about it.
I probably talked to her
like a couple years ago.
Let me tell you about my day.
I was like, hey, what do I need? But it says that I need to have, like, you know, this company behind me in order to get this realtor's license. So I honestly,
Bergen freaking is hiring too.
So honestly, I have thought about that, and it was just like another, you know, just something else other than, I was like, I can't really see myself behind a desk anymore. That's like, a lot of people think, like, because you have your MBA, like, oh, you need to be corporate America. I was like, I kind of hate dressing up. It's like, and I can't sit behind a desk and a computer screen like all day, every day anymore. I wanted something that can move. If I could write, I would say traveling blogger, but if I can move around and be able to like kind of just like interact, and again, like that kind of like also as you're interacting, you're helping. So I feel like being a realtor, you're still helping someone get to their dream. So that I would see myself doing that.
Awesome.
That's the awesome part.
Yeah.
The
You're
stuff before.
All that stuff. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I love what I do.
Oh wow. I guess if I don't know, I really like the idea of owning a lot of land and farming it and being a homesteader.
Okay.
I know that sounds.
Have you watched Yellowstone?
Yes. I've always had.
Richie could be ripped.
I've always had this like. I've always been drawn to just that homesteading, living off the grid kind of lifestyle.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's so different from what I'm doing, but I guess in another world, I would do that. I would try to, live off the grid and farm and learn how to. I would love to grow my own vegetables and have it carry me over to the next year. I think that's so wild when like Anissa, she gardens a lot. She's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I'll grow so many tomatoes. I won't have to buy tomatoes. I'm like,
Yeah, she can.
that's
yeah,
really interesting.
right.
Like I
David
would
does, too.
want to
Yeah.
learn that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of just a little something that is, that I think about. But with the brewery, our one assistant brewer is very into agriculture and stuff, and he wants to do like hop walls and,
Yeah.
that we can do there. So, and then we talked about maybe there's a lot of land on the east side.
Yeah.
Maybe we
There's
could
a ton of
get
land on the
some-
east side.
do an orchard, do like a dope Penguin City farm
Yeah.
that you
I
can
mean,
do
we
an
specialize in farm
orchard.
insurance.
Yeah,
So
we
I
need
keep telling
insurance.
Joe we need a podcast. We need a farmers podcast.
Yes.
Like I feel like we're
Urban
right
farming.
for it.
I
Yeah.
think that would be urban farming.
Yeah.
I like.
So I would. That's
I
something.
watched a whole documentary. I forget the gentleman's name, but in Los Angeles, he spearheads like the urban farming.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could go into farming, all,
Yeah.
like
that-
sustainable. like
maybe
Yeah.
that's our.
it would be awesome.
But these are also things that are already kind of in Youngstown. I remember just growing up,
There already
like there
are.
are like apple
Mhm.
trees, like
Yeah.
in the back.
Mhm.
they
My
are
fr-
there.
My friend the Bilals on their property on the south side, I believe they have like 3 apple trees, and they had a pear tree, but it died. Then they have like a cherry tree, and again, I was like, cherries grow on trees, like certain things.
Yeah.
So like there were things like we've already had here, and either people just didn't realize or didn't appreciate it, and they either
Mhm.
cut them down, got rid of it, and it's like I would
So-
love to bring that back.
Oh, that
I know
yeah.
Sarah Lowry, who's another phenomenal woman in Youngstown. She did work on and tried to bring in with Ohio State farming
Oh,
and
the
everything like
agricultural. Yeah.
and to be able to provide that the urban gardens and not to go down the rabbit hole, but and this I'll just leave it at this is the problem is they'll go in and they'll create this, but it's get the maintenance of
It's
it.
not
Mhm.
sustainable.
Which is ironic.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Uh-huh.
that in life, right? In
Mhm.
all of our businesses, it's not just the start of it, it's the maintenance of it along the way
Mhm.
and that endurance that we all need to have to be able to go forward and actually keep it growing.
Mhm.
I mean, really, just bringing it back.
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
but,
You're growing
Okay.
something. You're growing
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, a different kind of agriculture, I guess.
yeah.
But I always like to ask that question because I always want to see if people would go completely opposite or something similar.
Yeah.
So those are cool. I like the agricultural
Guess we're gonna
aspect
be
to that.
starting farming now.
Farming.
I know.
We're all like,
Look what
okay,
you've
let's
done.
do the
Look
next
Look what
thing.
you've done, Justin.
There's gotta be some college
Joe's
intern
already in
kids.
development
Yeah.
of an urban farming podcast.
Yes,
So
good.
we will be
Good.
on
It's
search of
necessary.
that. All right. This is a very difficult. You have to choose one of these two things.
Ooh.
And for you two especially, this might be a tough one.
I'm scared.
You can only choose one of these two beverages the rest of your life.
Oh,
For
the rest
me-
of our
for-
lives.
Oh,
For the rest of your life, you can only have one. Now, it doesn't mean like Richie can't have another. You know what I mean? So
Oh, that's
uh,
even worse.
can only-
Like he could drink what he wants, and
you
she's
can,
trapped to one.
I'm just hypothetically.
Share.
Whatever
that's
you
nice.
pick, that's what you have to stick with. And for me, I just saw this question on cleveland.com and I was like, this is so good.
Okay.
Would you pick coffee
Oh,
or alcohol? You can only pick
Oh,
one. You have to give
alcohol.
up the other one completely.
alcohol.
I,
It's like an
I don't
easy.
think I could give up coffee. As
I
much
couldn't
as,
give up coffee.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
I know that's terrible to say, especially in this room, but
No,
I would have to keep
that's
my
why it's a
coffee.
tough question.
I would
you know?
have to keep my coffee.
I mean, it would be alcohol, even
You
though.
can still make it.
Well, no, because you know what? Back in medieval times or colonial times, they didn't really drink. Well, water was
Yeah.
not good,
Yeah,
so
you
they
gotta
would
drink
they
alcohol.
Yeah.
would brew
Right.
alcohol, but it would be a very low
Low.
percentage. So kids drank
Mhm.
it, women you drank it all day. It was like the ale or cider.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be alcohol.
For me, if I had to give one up, it would be coffee. I'm not a real coffee drinker anyway. I need
Oh my
all the
God,
flavor.
Me either.
I need all the
I am.
flavor in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
Answer this too.
so yeah.
Yeah, I want your answer too.
I'm curious.
Yeah, you can probably tell by my voice. I'm off camera. I mean, yeah, I'm not a female, so I don't even know if I can be answering this. But I'm a coffee man and a beer man. I would give up the coffee.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I think I would have the
Up to
shakes,
Richie.
at least for like a
I'm out.
week. I don't know.
Richie, Hannah,
That way, I
Oh.
probably wouldn't be able to get out of bed
Here.
then.
bring it.
Okay.
Like,
So I had to ask that because I saw it
I don't.
yesterday.
That's a crazy
Coffee. I'm
question.
up here
Especially
too
in
much
a
already. Like
room
coffee
full
makes
of
me.
people
Yeah.
that, you know.
that was almost an easy question. For me.
That was
It's like,
easy. Yeah.
coffee.
I can't.
But for me, it's like, well, there's wine, there's beer, there's
Yeah.
vodka, there's
Margaritas.
liquor, there's, yeah.
I had
Well,
like-
there's Bailey's, there's
Yeah.
Kahlua.
Yeah, you can't mix those in your coffee.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Wait,
giving up
so I
on-
have
because
to drink the
kombucha, that
coffee
has
straight?
alcohol in
Oh
it.
yeah. Well, you could
Just
have
yeah,
can't put any
milk or
alcohol
sugar
in it.
or whatever.
You can put alcohol.
You can't have the
Says
Bailey's.
who?
You can't.
I
have
don't
the
do
Baileys.
well with restrictions.
Richie,
Oh, I guess I can.
Yeah, you can.
I didn't know we were on
The
camera.
bartender.
All right, let
Thank
me ask this question. In college sports, we're not talking sports, but
Okay.
in college sports right
What's
now,
that sports?
name, image, and likeness is a big thing. So you know,
Yeah.
college kids can get endorsements, make money off of their, you know, their likeness. So if you guys, other than your own product, could endorse one product out there, what would you endorse?
Locally, nationally, globally.
Wherever you want, anything you want. The door is wide open.
Oh, this question's hard.
That's hard.
So I honestly, Nike, I think does a great job in uplifting women.
Okay.
So if I was ever a superstar enough as an athlete to be, you're asking on if we were athletic, right?
No,
Like-
just the,
Oh, it
no,
could
no,
be
no,
anything.
just the brand. If-
Yeah.
Brand.
I
just the
have
brand.
one. Okay, so I have this ring. It's an aura ring.
Okay.
And I think like all the stuff that's out there that you're like where you can monitor your health, like continuous glucose monitors. And so my doctor recommended this ring a couple years ago. And when NBA players went back to play after COVID, you see they're all wearing these. And
Oh,
so it tracks my sleep, my heart rate variability. So I can look at it like when I wake up in the morning. And you could sleep with it, but I mean, it gets really gives you a lot of good analytics, like
Interesting.
on your health,
Okay.
and it's changed how I do a lot of things.
Okay.
So it's called an aura ring,
An aura.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it comes in all different colors and styles.
Nice.
So yeah, she's a
Yeah.
pusher of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh,
Like
yeah, like you can see like the little
I think
stuff
you've been trying to
inside.
sell that to me for
Yeah.
a while.
So you're going for Nike. You're
I
going
would
for the
still stick
aura
with
ring. How
Nike.
about you two?
It's
no-
so
there's
hard
no wrong
because like
answer.
all I do is promote my brand, and now I have to think of like another brand. It's hard. Wow, this I don't know, Hannah.
You can pass.
I'm over
You
here.
guys could swap, like
I
you could
was
do
just
each
like-
other.
Honestly, I gotta be honest. I love her. I
There you go.
love her logo. I
do.
love it more than anything. I would wear her brand every single day. I'm gonna say dope.
Dope.
I'll promote dope.
There you
Okay.
go.
If I
That's
didn't
fair.
have Penguin City,
I love
I'd be like,
that.
Hannah, I'm
Yeah.
jumping on the dope train.
But you see that you support her in that
Let's
way.
get on the other.
Hannah, what does dope stand for?
Dope stands for dwelling on positive energy.
Awesome. That's right up your alley.
Yeah.
And,
Positive pants.
Yeah.
and it's Youngstown. It's you
Yeah.
know, if I didn't have Penguin, I'd probably
Alright.
attach myself to something else that's Youngstown related.
That's
so.
perfect.
What I think to me, what I would promote are like shoes. No brand.
You
is
do love
needed.
your shoes.
I love my shoes. I love them to stand out. Like these are the most comfortable shoes. Like I discovered on Amazon that are like $45, and they come in like all these different colors.
So what shoes are those?
They look like easy.
They're called Just So So.
Ooh.
Oh.
And they're very comfortable. And like I said, they come in like all these different colors, and they're like $45. So I probably will not buy another pair of Nikes or anything like that.
Are you
right now.
dissing my brand?
But no, not at all.
Shoot.
I love shoes. Like before these, like I had all red Huaraches and they were Nike. So I love, but I would endorse just shoes in general. Like
Okay.
I keep staring at Richie's boots and I'm like, dude, I need a
Nice.
pair.
Oh my
And
god.
then, so
What size shoe do you wear?
So, what size shoes
I have a
do wear?
lot. My son's into shoes,
I have-
and he's now grown out of like really
Okay.
great ones.
Ooh, what size do you have?
Well, yeah. So there's a
Like,
range.
Like these are like
It probably looks gonna be like a women's.
these are like
8.
no, that is too small for me. These are like a men's 9, I think. I'm like a women's 10.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we should
Well,
just go.
as he grows, you know.
Yeah.
Just hand them all
Keep her in
down.
mind.
And again, I don't mind either. Like it's like, oh, you wear those? Come on, let's bring them on.
Oh, I agree.
I don't mind.
All right. So if you guys, we talked a little bit how you take care of yourself and plan for some downtime. If you guys get some downtime, do you have time? Is there anything you're watching or listening to right now? Whether it be a show or a podcast or certain types of music or anything like that. Anything you guys, what do you do to entertain yourself with that kind of stuff?
I'm like all the above. Like I'll listen to books, I'll watch a show, but in all honesty, what I love more than anything on my downtime is either hanging out with my family or hanging out with my friends, because those are the truly the moments of escape from everything, and having great conversation is everything to me.
Okay.
I agree with that too. I know I'm a podcast person, and I have a lot of drive time, so audiobooks, podcasts.
If you could recommend a certain podcast to someone, do you have one, like a go-to
other than
one?
334.
I know you listen to every episode.
I'm really into health podcasts. So probably the two right now that are on my rotation are it's called Doctor's Pharmacy with Mark Hyman, and he talks a lot about just functional medicine. Food is medicine. So that's like my regular daily. And then another one of my favorite women is Glennon Doyle. She has a podcast called We Can Do Hard Things. And she really addresses head on so many topics that I think people don't always talk about, whether it's, abuse, alcoholism, relationships. I mean, she just dives in deep on a lot of great topics.
Okay.
So it's a great one for women. Those are mine too.
Okay.
I love reading. I think when COVID happened, I just started reading on my iPad, like library books. Just so now it's like I'm addicted. That's kind of calms me before I go to bed. I have to read.
Okay.
It's like my escape. It's like I go into this world of whatever book I'm reading. Shows
what are you reading?
Right now I'm reading some weird thing. I don't know. It's some weird book about a cat that talks. I don't know. It was recommended, and now I'm
what
like,
kind of
where is
dreams
this
do you have
going?
after?
Like, I don't know. Like,
the places you will go.
Richie and I will get sucked in a show. Right, we got sucked into Yellowstone.
So
in
good.
1883. We
So
started.
good.
We started
Beth, by
watching
the way,
that.
you're talking about strong female characters. Is probably the most badass character on TV.
Yeah.
in that
So,
show.
I
so
haven't
we
watched it.
we get sucked into that. Honestly, when we do have downtime, we are with each other.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when we're at Penguin, we're not we're either yelling at each other or we're not with each other. So it's like when we come home, it's us as a couple or family time. I mean, we try to get that family time in with his daughter, with when my dad will be like, I haven't seen your face, then I know I have to make that time.
Sure.
So that's kind of where I do my downtime.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, I'm kind of like a lot of things too. Like I'll watch TV if I'm driving along, a podcast, read it. But actually right now I'm reading at night. I've been reading a chapter of the hidden history of Youngstown and Mahoney
Sean
Valley
Posey.
from Sean.
That's good.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's like
Okay.
I'm actually learning stuff about Youngstown that you don't know, and also like they said, family time, friend. Like I was actually just talking to Jennifer this morning, our roller. Like we everybody's been so busy, and then COVID and different things like that. And I was like, yo, we miss each other, and we joke around because we have we've met at like her house a couple times, and I call it like island top conversations where we literally, she has furniture that we can sit on, but we'll stand at her island in her kitchen and talk and laugh, have a glass of wine and just be standing there. And we're like, we don't move to the living room, we don't move anything, stand there. So it's like things like that you miss, but like things like that, like I like my downtime is definitely trying to, because you don't want to lose those relationships that you've built and stuff like that, because you let everything else take control. And so so just doing that, like just finding that time to chill. And I just actually I don't know if you guys have got Peacock. I just watched Bel Air, the new series.
Oh,
I just binged the first 6 episodes like yesterday. So
Would you recommend
like,
it?
yes,
Okay.
it's like definitely like modern day now. Like it's not funny. It's like drama. So
Okay.
I love
Oh,
it.
Is it based
I
off
like
of the
I
Will
like the
Smith
funny
character?
one.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
like
Okay.
it's the same, pretty much the same thing, same characters,
Okay.
everything, but it's just it's serious and a modern day twist, and
Nice.
for like the Will Smith to be one of the producers of it, and it was just
Awesome.
like, so you can tell how like TV has evolved. Like we can handle drama like that
Mhm.
now, because we're just like, because at first you'd be like, oh, that's deep, but that's probably what really happened, like, you know. So
Mhm.
I
Okay.
love that Red Table Talk. Like,
yeah,
oh, it's so good.
it gets
With Will, like Jada does it,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
Will's
Some of
on it
those.
sometimes.
yeah.
It's so good.
All right, we've promoted podcasts, Nike, shoes,
Yes.
other people's brands. Let's go around one more time and just, kind of tell us how people can get in touch with either you or your business. And if you want to throw out like a website or social media or
Sure.
anything. Ellie, we'll start with you.
So Platt Insurance, we're a local independent insurance agent. We specialize in home, auto, business, life, and farm insurance. And we have
Agriculture,
our
by the
main
way.
location
Coming soon.
coming soon. But our coming soon is our office in Howland. But you can learn more about us at plattinsurance.com.
Awesome. Lee?
So mine's going to be a little bit more difficult. Just get a hold of me, Lisa Resnick, 330. But actually, 330-398-4788. I, again, am the managing broker for Bergen Freakin Commercial Group. So if there's anything that you need as entrepreneurs, startup companies, established businesses, whatever, give us a call. And we'll definitely help you out and provide that consultation that you initially need before proceeding on. If you're looking for marketing, reach out to me via Dandelion Inc. Or if you're looking to be on a podcast for Homes and Hops and tell us your story, give me a call as well.
A woman that
Or
wears
if you want to
many
walk
hats.
Youngstown, also give me a call.
Yeah, we have to
as
get
well.
that. We have to
And if
start
you would
up.
like a review of Lisa's businesses, I'm like a client of all of them. So I can give you a review. Lisa has made my life and my business better.
Aw, thank you.
It's true.
Aspasia.
I do have to give a shout out to Premier Bank because Dave Howard's
Yes.
watching right now, and he was like, "Hey, can you give me a shout out?" So Dave, that's your shout
Right,
out.
okay,
there we go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I would do without them. And let me see. So Penguin City Beer, we have a new location. We're hoping to open May 1st. 460 East Federal. That's the new location. You can't miss it if you're downtown. And you can get a hold of us at penguincity.beer.
Okay. And I saw you guys recently signed a deal with the Scrappers.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm not sure with the lockout, the major league lockout, how that affects minor league baseball, but hopefully they're able to play in the near future. And obviously at YSU, you guys have a connection down there. So.
Yeah, we'll just be following along and seeing what happens. But yeah, we'll be at all the home games, and we'll have a tribute can, a scrappy tribute can. So we're
Okay.
excited about going into Warren and the little
I
new
love your guys'
territory.
social media too, by the way. It's cool how you'll find those like 150-year-old bottles, and you hear these stories, and it's just really
wild.
cool how you connect the history of Youngstown with your business too. So you guys do a great job.
I just try to be honest. That's it. Like the social media is just honest. Just us.
I think
just
we
saying
appreciate
what
that because there's
it
a lot
really
of BS
is.
out there too.
Yeah.
So
But
honesty is really good.
It's true. Actually, I met somebody in New York this past week that she does the social media for Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh.
His sunglasses, not like, because he too has a ton of different business ventures that he does. And she handles his sunglasses. And she was talking about, Shaquille O'Neal clearly gets like a lot of likes and no matter what he does. But when he does the silly real stuff that's honest,
Yeah.
like the feedback and everything that he'll get will like skyrocket. Like you talk about the peak, he hits the peak versus like the contrived, like this is how you need to sit. This is what you need to look like, and everything planned out. that's when you lose people's responses because they know it's not real.
Exactly.
Aspasia gets my normal moronic self. She captures it. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we love that though. We love that. That's great. That's what makes you guys legit and real, you know, at the end of the day.
I mean, you have to have some of the other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to be professional, but also be legit too. Go ahead, Ham.
For me, pretty much you can follow me on Instagram, Dope the Brand. I'm on that pretty much the majority of the time. And then like right next door to Penguin City Beer, 460 East Federal Street, Sweet B, Sweet B, the East End. So come check us out.
Is the plan for you to open when Penguin City opens? Is that sort of the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll try. I mean, you know, it's with construction. We're gonna try our hardest to all get open at the same time.
That's awesome.
You should make a honey cider with like Sweet Bee, and then like a little bumblebee.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
Good idea.
yeah.
See, look, we
marketing.
Yeah.
Already. Sweet Bee.
Yeah. Your new nickname.
Sweet Bee.
Sweet Bee.
Sweet Bee.
Well, ladies, thank you again so much for coming on. We appreciate you all. I still want to do a podcast when you guys open up down there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully live. We'll mix it up with sports.
Just don't sit on my seat. That's
oh yeah. Well, no, Lisa and I will co-host. We still got to do those Beer Olympics.
Yeah.
Richie, podcast on top of the bathrooms.
That
right
actually would be awesome.
You could just do a people watching podcast, honestly.
You could. Yeah. That would be funny.
But guys, thank you again so much. We appreciate you all. Check out all their businesses on social media and obviously patronize them if you are able. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you. Everybody have a great day. We will see you on Thursday.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content.